guys, this is Tara with Gaia Tarot 13. And this is your monthly tarot card forecast for August 2017. As always with the monthlies, I'm going to pull 5 cards. The first 4 are for the 4 weeks of the month, and the 5th is a overview card for the entire month. I've just got a little more shuffling to do. It's not time yet. Okay. Alright, here's what we've got for week 1. We have the 7 of Cups upright, and this is about options and confusion and choices, and it's like you have to consider your choices this week. There's going to be lots of things presented to you, and you're not real sure what to do. Different things coming in, and you're like, well, do I dive into that? Or should I stay where I am? Or should I dive into this? So it's kind of like you're presented many different options, but you still always have the option to be right where you are. So just take some time this week and consider your choices. There's no rush. If people are trying to tell you that there's a rush or a deadline that's like, not like a good time out where you have time to think about, but like you need to know by tomorrow. If there's something like that and that makes you uneasy, if it's not something that you're just like ready to jump, like, don't give me till tomorrow, I know I want it now. Like, if it's something you need to take some time and think about and they're trying to rush you and that makes you feel uneasy, then probably that choice is not the one that you are supposed to be going with. Just an opinion, just something to kind of think about. Usually, if it's something you need to be on that path, you either know right away or the universe will give you time. So take this week to evaluate your options and consider pros and cons for each of them. Week 2, we have the Ace of Wands upright, and this is like being excited. This is maybe making the choice this week on these different options and being excited about this new undertaking that you are about to embark on. This card is talking about new adventures and new beginnings and and feeling motivated, but definitely like fresh starts and the excitement that goes with starting something new. What I'm getting here is like a job. With these 2 cards so far, that's what keeps popping in my head. And I'm not saying it because, and I should be, because, not everyone watching this video is going to have like a new job in the month of August. So, I try not to necessarily be specific because then everyone's going to hold on to that. You might not see what it is coming in for you if it's not a job. But that's really what I'm getting is with the 7 of Cups and this, you might have a couple job offers presented to you and you're taking your time to kind of gnaw on it a little bit that first week, and then the second week you're like, okay, this is the best option, this is what I think I'm going to do, I'm really excited about it, and this is going to be my new undertaking. In the third week, in the third week we have the Fool upright, and this card is about undertaking a new adventure, starting a new thing. So this would be the week where maybe you start that new job. It's like your first day, and you're super excited about it. This is like being excited about the options and the choice and the prospect of what's to come. And this is the excitement about like when you get in and you get to see like, okay, here's my office and here's my new computer and like all my little areas, and that kind of like the excitement of the newness of the new beginning of actually being in the job, meeting your new coworkers, all those new things, those new starts, and the beginning of the new journey for you. And in the 4th week we have the 4 of Swords reversed, and this is like finding out that this new job is a whole lot of work. Not that you didn't necessarily know that it was going to be, because if it is a new job, it could be like a promotion or something like that. And so you know, like, okay, it's going to come with new responsibilities or whatever. But this is like, oh, well, I mean, like, I knew it was going to be a lot of work, but I didn't realize it was going to be like 70-hour-a-week work. Like that, where you are stressed out and overwhelmed and probably really, really tired when you start to get those bags under your eyes because you're not sleeping and all you're doing is working. It could be that this is kind of reminding me of a job that I've had, where, you know, when you interview, at least this was my experience, so I'm just relaying that because this is what's coming to me. When I interviewed for the job, I specifically asked if it was going to be like a 9-to-5 job, if there was minimum, it was as a lawyer, it was minimum billable hours, anything like that. And in the interview, they absolutely told me, no, there's no minimum billables, just come in and do your job, and you can come and go as you please as long as the work's getting done. Right. Sounded like a perfect fit for me. So I took the job, and I went through all of these little stages, and I was super excited about it, and then immediately found out, like, second weekend, found out that this is what was going on. Like, they wanted you chained to your desk. That while there wasn't a minimum billable, there really kind of was, and you needed to be there 80 hours a week or else you were going to get yelled at, spoken to. And it just, everything, all of them, not just myself, all the associate attorneys were not good enough. You know, that kind of job where they're just like grinding you down. That's what this card is reminding me of. Now, I'm not saying that that's how it's going to be for, you know, any of you, certainly not all of you, but that's kind of what is coming to mind with this. Like, you're looking at and I'm not saying don't take it, because this card is for 1 week. But that's what's coming to me. We're looking at the options, the excitement about making a choice, the excitement about starting it, and then it just finding out that it's not what you hoped it would be, it's not what you expected it to be, it's not even necessarily what they marketed it to be. So you're kind of feeling overwhelmed. There are people who are just traipsing over your boundaries, and you can stop that. You can stop that by saying, like, nope, this is how it's going to be, this is what you told me in the interview, or this is what I signed on for, and if that's not cool, then we can reassess this whole situation, because remember, you got other things that you can choose. So if it gets that far, but this is just kind of like the kapow of, oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be. And you're feeling real tired, real drained, real stressed out, like people are trying to like use and abuse you, but you can stop it. So, I mean, it's reversed, so it's not a given. Forewarned is forearmed. If you're watching this on the July side of things, it doesn't mean that it has to end up that way. So, you know, you can take actions earlier in the month, maybe during this interview process, to be like, I want to make sure that we're all in agreement. I want you to put it in the contract. You know, when you sign up for a job, if you sign a contract, put it in the contract that this is how it's going to be, because I don't want a week 4 get to this place. So, not to freak anyone out, but you're going to be feeling kind of exhausted that last week from all this other stuff. And maybe it's just the excitement, you know, hopefully for the majority of you it's not that sort of negative experience. It's just the excitement of having gone through this process during this month, that 4th week, it's kind of like you're on this emotional roller coaster, or you can only be so excited and revved up for so long, and then you're just like, I just need a break. That's just taken a lot out of me to be that excited for like a span of 3 weeks. I just need a rest. So it could be that too. Let's see what the overview card has to say. Alright, well, the overview card is the Magician reversed. So this is saying that whatever this is, or whatever this other stuff going on in the week is, it's nothing that you can't handle. So, Also, don't plow in, like if it is a new job or something like that's the example I'm sticking with this video. If it is like a new job, don't just plow in there like you know everything about everything, because you don't. So if it's a job where you are promoted and and you now have like more responsibilities, like I know how to do this, I can handle this, that's why they gave it to me, that's why they gave the job to me, that kind of stuff. Or if you're going from one department to another, don't just be like, well, I've done this over there for so long, department or company or whatever. Like, I've done these same tasks over for this company for this long, so I know how to do them over in this company, because they're going to be different. Like, things are going to be different from what you had been doing. And so if you go in just acting like you know what you're doing and like, I got this, you might be humbled pretty quickly, because this card is saying that like there's a good amount that you don't know, but all in all, it's nothing that you can't handle. Just don't go in there like that. This card is talking about like a lack of knowledge. So it could also be that it could be some of these things, where you're looking at this job and there's some things that people aren't telling you, or some information that you're missing, that causes this to happen towards later in the month. It could just be that this is like a learning experience, like maybe like this might not be your end destination. You're just supposed to go through this and have this experience for however long you have it, and then when you go into the next life experience, you've moved on with the knowledge you've gained here. So I really hope I didn't like instill fear in anyone, because it's not meant to be that way. This is actually like a lot of exciting cards about options and like two excitement and new beginnings, enthusiasm, 2 cards about new beginnings going on in the middle of smacked in the middle of the month. So it's going to be a good month. There might be, there's stress that comes with every month, right? Good and bad things in every month. So don't let this one freak you out. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my YouTube page. If you want to get a personal reading with me, the only way to do so is through my website, which is GaiaTarot13.com. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr, where I pull a tarot card every day, reading the energy of that specific day. Also, be sure to check back in the weeklies, and that'll help give you an idea of what all's going on here, help to clarify this month. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.